Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hey, girl. Hey. Good morning. Doing the pigeon. Doing the pigeon. Doing the pigeon. I know a so-called player wouldn't tell you this, but I'ma be real and say what's on my heart. Let's take this ring and make this thing feel relevant. Don't you know I loved you from the start now? When I think about all the years that we've been in this relationship. Some people like the Bruno Mars, let's get married, not me. I'm a jagged edge kind of. I just want to get married. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. I actually don't ever want to get married again, but I like the jam. I just want to get married. I like how he's like, I know a so-called player wouldn't tell you this. You got that? That's a mouthful. By the way, the assumption's always that the man is the player. Some of the ladies are the player too. Yeah. All right, birds, don't start. You've been quiet all morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody doing today? Taylor, Corinne, Allie, I am thankful for you too. I'm outside. I'm trying to take Coffee Talk outside more. For those of us who can't get outside, this is like, what would I give if I could live out of these waters all by myself? Right? How's the weather? Gorgeous. Jagged edge. That's when you used to have them baggy ass sweatpants with the Timbs and you do the two-step. That's how dudes with penises, well, all dudes have penises, but you know what I mean. How they hold their sweatpants back in the day when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore. Anyway, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. I'm so glad that, well, I want to take this jacket off, but someone's going to go, I can see your nipples. Okay. So, as predicted, this is a follow-up conversation to the conversation that about apologies. Remember we talked about it the other day about the young lady that offended or hurt Chrissy Teigen's feelings. And it's not a matter of whether you like Chrissy Teigen or don't like Chrissy Teigen. It's a matter of how do you right a wrong. And I watched, hi Paula Roy, welcome. So the young lady, Allison, whatever her name is, apologized originally, and people didn't like her apology. They trashed her apology. It was half-ass. She didn't acknowledge the real issues, blah, blah, blah. So my guess is that this young lady went back into her cave and thought about whatever, probably got a little consult from publicist or friends or her mother or something, and wrote a new apology, okay? A new apology, right? And in this new apology, she addressed every issue that people seem to have with her original hurtful statements. The apology was thoughtful. It was all-encompassing. It addressed specific issues. It was directed specifically to the two women it hurt, Chrissy Teigen and this Marie Fixture, Organize Your Space lady, right? So, after she delivers now the second apology, which addressed all the concerns about the first apology, here come the skeptics. Too little, too late. You had somebody write this for you. This doesn't seem sincere. If y'all don't shut all the way the fuck up, for the love of God, really, what happened to Grace? Where did it go? Grace, where are you, Grace? Where did you go? The same people that march in the streets for God and pro-life and everything is so meaningful to me are the first people to be like, nope, your apology isn't worth shit. I'm sorry, I can't keep up with you. The hypocrisy is literally gagging me. First of all, how can you judge an apology that wasn't even meant for you? Could you imagine the level of fucking privilege to sit on your throne and go, nope, not good enough for me. I'm sorry. She wasn't even talking to you. She was talking to Chrissy Teigen, who, by the way, graciously accepted the apology because she understands that the pile-on mob mentality is very dangerous. It's dangerous for people's mental health. It can be dangerous for people's physical health. What are we doing as human beings? I'm outraged. People go, oh, Jamie's yelling. Yeah, I'm yelling and I'm spitting. So don't sit close to me right now because you will get my fucking whatever viruses I am carrying. It is unbelievable to me that people feel that they can sit back and determine the sincerity or legitimacy of an apology that wasn't even meant for them. I sound like Ross Geller. I'm fine. So I'm like, listen, the girl tried to apologize and people were like, no, that's not how you do it in this instance. So she went back and tried to figure it out. Now we have all determined that's not good enough either. Okay? Here's the thing. Nobody is an authority on grace. Okay? Are you Mother Teresa? I don't think you are. I really believe in Jesus. I really believe in Jesus. Not just like, hey, I'm a Christian and I believe in Jesus. I really believe in Jesus. I believe he lived. You know, the Jew in me believes he was like a carpenter prophet. The Catholic in me is like, no, he was the prodigal son of God. I don't know. I just know that whether he is actually the son of God or just a carpenter with some Birkenstocks and long hair who had the right message, Jesus is credited with delivering a message of hope and grace and human connection and kindness and forgiveness. And whether he's the son of God or he's just a dude, he had it right. He had it right. It is not our job to determine whether somebody's journey in forgiveness is authentic or not. It literally is just our job to try to guide them in the right direction and then extend grace where grace can be extended. It's literally that simple. But Jamie, I don't sigh, exhale. It's not your job. But Jamie, you don't understand. I know she doesn't mean it. It doesn't matter. It's not your job. The apology is not meant for you. And if we are addressing an apology that is given to you and you feel it is not sincere, guess what? You can extend grace anyway. Or you can choose not to forgive and stay in that space forever. That's your choice. You don't understand how bad she hurt me. Tell me how bad in the middle of a fucking pandemic her words were so hurtful that you can't accept an apology because you're so hurt and you're just torn out of the fucking frame. Let me hear. Great. So now You've been given an apology that you so badly needed because you were so hurt. And we see that and we understand that because we can all relate to hurt and discomfort. And I would like to say again that Chrissy Teigen graciously accepted the apology and was like, yes, can we please move on? I value you and I'm a fan. Thank you for addressing the issues. Great. No, not great for other people. I want to take a very macro example and bring it down, okay? I want to bring it down to a micro level where it affects you and I. We are all the bad guy in someone's story. Every single one of us has been called out, looked down upon, accused of something, or rightfully done some shitty things where we have needed grace. Every single one of us. And for me, perfect example. I love people like Kim Coben who want to call me to the carpet because you should call me to the carpet. You absolutely should. She said, did you extend grace to, and then named a couple of people that were in my life? And the answer is, I absolutely have. I'm not angry anymore. I have extended genuine forgiveness. See, what you want to see is that I let them back into my life. You think that will somehow mean that I've extended grace, and that, my friend, is where you are wrong. Extending grace does not mean you have to let people back near you, right? I can have a dog bite me and acknowledge that the dog bit me because the dog bites and be okay with that and choose not to have the dog around me anymore. That's a choice I can make. I extend grace to everybody who hurts me once I go through the normal grieving process of being hurt by people who claim to love me. It is that simple. You said you loved me. I trusted you. You hurt me. Right now I'm hurt and I'm angry. Still not my story to tell. And then I get to a place of healing. I extend grace and move on. I wish no ill will. I don't try to hurt anybody. I'm not out there like digging ditches, hoping to bury bodies. I just go like, you are not good for me anymore. It's that simple. The other thing is, sometimes by people's actions, they are actually ending the friendship for you, right? I have a friend who caught her husband cheating for the 4th time, and she said to me, what do? I said, set the man free. The man is terrified to ask for a divorce. He's doing everything he can to end this relationship. Sometimes the same thing happens with friends. They do things to purposefully force you to end friendships because you are not brave enough to end them yourself. I will set you free and I will extend you grace in the process. And if Jesus himself came to me now and said, are we cool? You all going to get along in the sandbox upstairs? Everybody good? I would be like, we are straight. We may need a couple of different VIP sections, but we are straight. Let everybody in. We're good. Bring us all home. My heart is so light from where it used to be because through Coffee Talk, I have forced myself to extend grace. I come from a long line of Italian bitches who like to hold grudges and spit on the floor and put curses and hexes on people's family. Old school Sicilians from the mainland, as they call it, the homeland, who literally spit on the floor and put hexes on people's lives. Okay? That's where I come from. Nah. That cycle ends with me. And my children are watered down Italians because now they're half Irish. I can't have them acting a fool out here in these streets, spitting on the floor like a dum-dum. Like you could spread germs that way. So I say all of that to say, when you think about withholding grace from somebody, when you think about judging someone's apology or determining it isn't good enough for you, remember that you too are the villain in someone's story. I certainly am, and certainly have been, and will probably be again. And I will have to ask for forgiveness. I see you, Sherry Arnold. I see you, girlfriend. I remember when I was young, very young, well, not very young, old enough to know better, but much younger than I am now. I think I was probably 20. So, Brittany, thank you for reading my book. Thank you. All right. So I was 20 years old, and I had an affair with a woman. Her name is Kayla. She's been on the Coffee Talk before. She comments, she watches. I love her. We are really good now. But I had an affair with her man. He wasn't her legal husband, but it didn't matter. They lived together. They had children together. I was 20. I was old enough to know better. But I was young enough that I just didn't give a shit. I didn't understand what a family unit meant. I was, you have kids? What does that mean? I'm 20. None of that matters to me. I kind of skirted by without having to really apologize, because eventually she moved on and found someone else and was really happy, and she never really sought me out for an apology because she had moved on and she was fine, and I was Jamie from around the way, and we were cool. And I could have gone the rest of my life without ever genuinely apologizing to Kayla because she didn't look for it. Long story short, I knew that I couldn't ever really feel good about myself if I didn't acknowledge to her that I was well aware of the pain I caused her. You may have moved on from him. You're not with him anymore. You're happily married to someone else. But the fact remains that I caused you great despair in your life. Yes, we were young and it feels like a lifetime ago, but I don't want to let another day go by without you hearing from me that I am truly sorry for what I did. I am not sorry for being with him. I am not sorry for... Could everybody stop calling me during fucking Coffee Talk? It's the only thing I do in the morning. I told her, I am not sorry for loving him. I am not sorry for being with him. At the time, he was what I needed, and every lesson I learned from him is the reason I found Michael. But what I am truly sorry for is the pain that I caused you. I explained to her that no words could ever convey to her truly how sorry I was that she cried herself to sleep because of me. I still see her. We're friends on Facebook. We're friends in real life. And she's so happy now, and she's married, and she has a new, more kid. She's really moved on. But when I see her, I am reminded of Grace and how Kayla how beautifully she accepted my apology and understood that what I did was never intentional to hurt her. She understood that I understood my actions were wrong. And that despite the fact that my actions did hurt her, they were not malicious to hurt her. And the greatest lesson of grace I have ever really learned in the human form is Kayla. Truly. And I always think about her when people do me wrong and I don't want to forgive. I go, oh my God, Jamie, you have nerve. You have nerve to try to hold on to some bullshit when look what you have done to people and look what other people have been willing to forgive for you. And I'm like, girl, you gotta knock it off. You gotta knock it off. Stop it. I just want to make sure everybody knows that I am not above needing forgiveness or grace. like, it's another reason that I look at situations like the rose bushes and I get very angry and I'm mad for a couple of days. And every time I walk out my front door, I want to grate his face on a cheese grater. But at the same time, I go like, okay, what are you going to do? Be mad forever and like talk about the rose bushes when you're dying at 85, So I say to this to just I say this to say there's that song, I'm only human. I think about it all the time. It's why I wear my cross to the side, because I am still carrying this load. I am not worthy of hanging on a cross. Believe me when I tell you, I am carrying it on my back, and I will continue to do so until the day God calls me home. I understand that people do things they are sorry for. Sometimes they're not sorry for the action, but they're sorry for the way it made people feel. And it is okay to own that. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry that I fell in love with him, because that was part of my journey and I needed the lessons there I needed. But I am sorry for the pain it caused you. And that is true. And people want me to be sorry for being with him, but I can't be sorry for being with him, because if I wasn't with him, so many things wouldn't have happened and I would not have had my children and I can't apologize for being with him. I just can't, and I never will, but I am terribly sorry for the people that were hurt in the process, mostly Kayla. Additionally, I don't think I would ever be able to do Coffee Talk if I didn't have the experiences like I had with that, because I think the grave mistakes we make in our life and the way we're able to learn from them and then heal from them and allow others to heal are the way that we all stay connected, because even in pain, there is connection. Let me tell you that. Even in pain, even when we hurt others, there is a human connection. There just is. We don't want to believe that, and we want to discard people that hurt us, and we want to whatever. And it's okay to say, nah, you got to sit over there. You can't sit at my table anymore, but we're straight. And that's what I do. That's what I choose to do, mostly because I don't like who I become. See, it's less about them and all about me. I don't want to become the person that purposefully hurts people that hurt me, and I am very capable of becoming a malicious bitch who does not feel better until somebody is truly hurting. And I don't want to be that person. Gina Gotti, no, I'm telling you guys that now at 43. That wasn't my apology. Command W on Instagram wants to know if he can kiss me. I mean, you can, but I have coffee breath. Even in pain, there is connection. It is so true. It just is. Because we are all human. And even when people hurt us, we understand that they are the last person to hurt me. I cried and cried and cried, partially because I understand how fragile she is to do what she did and to be hurt the way I was hurt. I cried because I loved her. I cried because I knew the friendship was over, and that is sad in and of itself. But I cried because I loved her, and because it broke my heart that someone I loved so much and valued so much didn't see the same value in themselves. If you think there isn't connection in pain, you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. I can separate the two. Like, damn girl, this shit hurts and I'm so angry and I hate that we can't be friends anymore. But at the same time, I love you. And I hate that you don't see the value of yourself and you don't see what I see when I look at you. That breaks my heart for you. So if you think there isn't pain in connection and pain, you're crazy. You're crazy. Anyway, I love you. I also want to give a shout out to my little sister, little Jamie. I wish she was watching right now. If y'all wouldn't do it, then cool. But why do you need to publicly state that? Insecurity or just self-righteousness? I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I don't know what you're talking about. I wish my little sister was on here so that I could give her a proper shout out. Who's El Tunti? I don't know who that is. You saying I'm a teller, but what does that even mean? My little sister, little Jamie, it was her birthday yesterday. And I love her so much. And I'm so grateful for her. Oh, Anthony! Anthony, her brother. Please tell her. I tried to FaceTime her last. I know who you are. De verdad, Anthony. Anyway, Anthony, let me see if he'll talk to me. Dile que también me amaste, dile. Come on, Anthony, háblame. Anyway, yes, little Jamie. I tried to FaceTime her last night, but she wouldn't answer the phone. Anthony, answer the live. Please don't lose the message of today's coffee talk, please. Yes, the trampoline is part of PE time. There's nothing I could do to stop it. But I love her so much. Thank you, Blowing Strong. Listen, guys, I'm learning and growing every day. Honestly, like all I can hope for is that God sees some value in me and is like, keep going. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I can hope for. I want you to understand that it's a journey, and forgiveness is a two-way street. And every time you think about withholding grace, and every time you think about holding on, and Anthony, tell her to go on. She's not going to because she's probably sleepy. Just remember that you are the villain in someone else's story, and that's just the truth. And you will need it one day. You will have to give an apology and know that people are going to judge it. And people are going to decide there's no value in it. And people are going to decide you're not sorry enough. And people are going to say you didn't say it right or do it right. And you're going to try. You know, that's all I can tell you. And we have these conversations not to grandstand, not to be like, oh, look at me, I'm whatever. No, we do it because we just want to have conversations in a way that can remind us of the things we need reminding at times. Shelly wants to know, do you think that we can be friends with people again after extending grace? You know, again, forgiveness is a two-way street, and there's lessons to be learned on both sides. I think sometimes God brings people back together when the lessons have been learned. I know people who hated each other. I know ex-husbands and wives who couldn't even be in the same room for their divorce. They needed mediators who now are best friends. I know women that had affairs with men and their wives hated them and blah, blah, blah. And now they're married to their mistress and blah, and now the wives and the mistress are best friends. I have seen grace bring people to a place where they can reconcile and they can find friendship. So yes, of course I believe in that. Absolutely I do. Absolutely. I have seen forgiveness in my own family over and over and over again. I have looked at I just think like your friendships may be different. They may look different. They may feel different. Your marriages, your professional relationships, when people are hurt, they may be reborn and may not look the way they did at first, but that's okay. Shelly, has it ever happened for you? Yes, girl, I'm married to it. I mean, yeah, absolutely. My marriage has been reborn like 3 different times. Yes, it has happened. So anyway, all right. I love you guys so much. I truly do. Thank you for loving me, because I know that's the reason you show up and you tolerate my rambling stories. Jess M. Greer, the name of my book is The Southern Education of a Jersey Girl. The Southern Education of a Jersey Girl. Mi amor, mi hermana chiquita. Let me see her. My little sister. In Spanish, hermana chiquita. Ay, my love. Cumpleaños feliz. Cumpleaños feliz. Oh, I could sing in Hebrew. Yom huledech sameach. Yom huledech sameach. I love you. Happy birthday. Jay, remember this, Jay? Can you find good reception, please?
Ew.
Find good reception.
Oh.
Ghetto. There you are. There you are.
Gracias.
Remember, Jay, remember Lapis Verde?
Would you?
Lapis Verde, puño. I love you.
I love you too.
Jay, I tried to FaceTime you last night.
I don't know. I went to sleep early.
¿Cuántos años tú tienes?
36.
Anta diablo, qué vieja. 36, 36. Oh my God, you're so old, girl. I love
Do I look
you.
old?
No, you look gorgeous and delicious, and I love you. And I want to eat you with a
I love you
spoon.
too.
What'd you do for your birthday?
Absolutely nothing.
First of all, quit doing TikToks and putting you in the back and Brianna in the front. You are front, girl. You are not a back. You move I used to put you in the front for a reason. Bring yourself to the front.
Yes, but I had no mirror, and I learned it in like 5 minutes. So I needed to see her to like keep up.
Oh, I could name a few cheerleaders that you were like, who needed to be in the back because they couldn't remember the dance. Shakira.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Oh, I love her.
I know, me too.
She would always be like, put me in the back, coach. I'm like, yeah, because you don't remember the moves. Jay, Anthony's there?
Oh, he's in his house, but he's...
I know, I see him. Jay, what's El Tunti?
What's his nickname from when he was a kid? Like
Pero
a
¿cómo
baby.
se dice tunte en inglés? Is that a word or is it a name?
No, that was like our neighbor named him that. We don't know what it is.
Oh. Meanwhile, how gorgeous is Brianna? I can't stand her. She's so delicious, I can't even take it.
I know.
Oh, look, Jaylene.
So cute.
Hi, Jaylene. Oh, the whole family's here. Damn. I'm so happy to see you. I love you.
Me too.
I'm so glad you had a nice
When are they
birthday.
gonna let you come?
I want to come in June. It just has to be safe.
Agree.
Okay, Jaylene, don't talk like that. That is my sobrina. Ugly words. Yo, Anthony, get Jaylene.
It's a family reunion.
Jay, get your sister. Celosa.
Yeah.
Anyway, next time you do a TikTok, you go to the front. You are front. Don't let nobody tell you. Don't let nobody tell you are a yellow starburst. You are a pink starburst.
I was supposed to do one by myself, but then I started drinking and it didn't happen. That's why I went to sleep early.
What'd you drink?
Yeah.
What did you drink?
Oh, I don't know. Brianna's made something. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
It was like a mix. It has strawberries in it.
Oh. Was it, what is it that, oh, Anthony said tell Bree to come to the camera. Is Bree there?
She's sleeping.
Oh, no, don't wake her up. Nothing
Yeah,
worse than
crying.
who's crying? Oh, you got a baby. Yeah, see, this is where we jump off. None of us want to deal with babies. Sorry, dude. We love you. Jay,
Well, Mom's here. Help! King said help.
Said help. Hola, mami. Hola, King.
Say hi.
Hola, papucho.
Go away.
Oh, okay then. Woo.
So he's like addicted to his pacifier. He can't find it because we're trying to take it away. So he's going through withdrawal.
Well, let him deal with mommy then. That's why God invented grandmas. To deal with that nonsense.
Yeah, she has patience for him.
They always have patience for the grandchildren. They didn't have patience for us.
But not for
always.
us.
I know. You think
So
you think Marcy
Don't
is
yell at them.
Yo,
you
Jaylene is a
are.
hater. Mira sus palabras. You are a hater, Jaylene. Jay, let's fight her.
Oh, Jay.
Yes. Hater.
Just kidding.
Where is she? Brooklyn?
They live in Rhode Island. Her and Jennifer.
Oh. All right, well, I love you. I'm so glad you had a good birthday, and I can't wait to see you.
I love you too.
I love you
Let
too.
me know when you're coming.
Okay, amor. Bye. Oh, that makes me so happy. I love my family. I love my family. I love you, Anthony. I love Jamie. I love you, Jaylene, even though you have ugly words. All right, guys, I'm going to go to work. I hope that you have, that you reflect on today's coffee talk and you think about forgiveness and you think about grace. It's so important to me that we keep this conversation going because it's healthy for us. And right now we need mental health people. We really do. I love you. Please share this video. I have a great, great day.